Porsche. What comes to your mind when you think of this brand? For the general public, this brand might represent luxury, success, and style. But you and I know that's just a disguise for the true meaning of Porsche. We are driving enthusiasts. And for us, Porsche is about the perfectionism and the relentless pursuit of engineering the best driver's cars in the world, with strong focus on evolutionary design that is reliable, consistent, and also timeless. The best Porsches are the ones that take the least compromises at achieving this goal. And these are the cars that we driving enthusiasts call dream cars. So let me ask you, what are your dream cars? For me, I would probably choose cars like the 997 GT3 RS, 964 RS, perhaps the new GT4 RS, the 911R, or even the 3.2 Carrera Club Sport. But the car I would like to share with you guys today is much more focused than any of these cars. It is a dream beyond the dream. Today, you join me at one of my favorite places, 911 Assistant. It is hands down the best Porsche 911 shop in this region. And I am very fortunate to be able to share this super rare race car with you guys. It is, of course, if you've read the title, the 993 Cup car. A car that doesn't ask for glitz and glamour, but it is so focused that it blows every other Porsche on my list out of the park in terms of rawness and fizziness. So, what is a 993 Cup? Essentially, this is a race car based on the road-going 993, made for customers to go one-make racing. The shell comes from a 993 RS Club Sport, and the mechanicals are kept as simple, track-focused, and reliable as possible. Built from 1994 to 1998, only a mere 216 of these exist. This particular car you can tell is a later model because it comes with the aero kit installed, and it also boasts a bit more power at 315 horsepower. If you're wondering, that's not a lot of horsepower, then you'd be right. But these cars are not about power. If you want power, go buy yourself a Tesla. The 993 Cup is so much more than that. The M64/70 engine in this Cup car is not significantly different from the base Carrera engine. However, there are a few important differences. The piston bores have been increased to accommodate a larger displacement of 3.8 liters from the standard 3.6. The whole engine has been blueprinted and hand-built to tight tolerances at Porsche's Weissach facility. For example, the technical handbook specifically states that the piston and conrod assembly should not deviate more than 5 grams from cylinder to cylinder. But knowing Porsche, the real number is probably far less than that. It uses mechanical lifters instead of hydraulic ones, which is more suited for extended periods at high RPMs. The mass airflow sensor used for the Bosch Motronic engine management system has been removed, and so only the throttle position sensor is used for fuel mapping. Deletion of the Vario RAM, a variable intake geometry used in the standard car to boost torque across the rev range, but it is not needed for a race car. In fact, the entire intake manifold, which originally was made from aluminum die casting, has been swapped to a plastic unit to save weight. And the air filter? What air filter? It's just a steel mesh sucking in as much air as possible. So you see, most of these mods are done to ensure that the Cup car can be as reliable and understressed during racing environments as possible. In fact, if you look at the engine's red line, it's not even that crazy. Officially, the red line is 6,900 RPM, but the ECU cutoff is at 7,000 RPM. The valve train on this car was designed to run safely until 7,900 so that the engine is relatively understressed during races. Speaking of understressed, we can actually examine the brake mean effective pressure or BMEP of this engine. The higher the BMEP of an engine, the higher the torque per liter it makes, and hence the higher the internal loads and stresses. For example, do you think the 993 Cup has a higher or lower BMEP than the Euro BMW E36 M3? And how about the first gen base model Porsche 996, the first water-cooled 911? The answer? The 993 Cup has a lower BMEP than both these cars, operating at only 179 PSIs. It is understressed. If Porsche wanted to make more power from this engine, they could have done so. In fact, the legendary 993 RSR actually made 350 horsepower, which is 35 horses more. So for the 993 Cup car, Porsche prioritized racing reliability, and I respect that. Everywhere you look, you can see how they've tried to save weight. But perhaps the most interesting bit of weight saving on this car are on the wheels. At first glance, the 3-piece Speedline wheels on this car are the same as the 993 RS. But there are two essential differences. Number one, the material of the wheel center has been upgraded to magnesium, saving more weight. And number two, if you look closely, the holes on the wheel nuts have been blocked off. The wheels have been converted to center locking wheels. The interior of this car is also completely stripped out. Even the headliner is gone. The Cup car was actually sold without a passenger seat and even no handbrakes. But this one obviously had them retrofitted for more practicality. The list of weight savings on this car is very long, and I won't be able to list them all. But just know that this is by far the lightest 911 I ever sat in, weighing in at a mere 1,100 kilos. That's even lighter than the BMW E30 M3. In fact, it's even lighter than the Cup car before it, the 964 Cup. I find that interesting because if you compare the standard 993 to the standard 964, the 993 actually gains weight from the 964. Next, I want to talk about the G50/30 gearbox on this car. This 6-speed gearbox deserves a mention. The gears are kind of short, but it's how evenly gapped the gear ratios are that truly amuses me. The top speed in each gear is in almost perfect 40 km per hour increments. It must be a rhythmic joy to heel-toe downshift sequentially from 5th to 2nd when entering a high-speed hairpin corner. On top of the perfectly spaced gears, the synchromesh has also been changed to steel and the chamfer angle modified to allow banging quick gear shifts. And to top it all off, like any legitimate race car, it also has air jacks, so you can swap the wheels quickly during a pit stop. Okay, that's enough of me talking. For the second half of this video, I want to share with you what it is like to sit along this epic car on track. Enjoy, and thank you for watching. Okay, 993 Cup car.